Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
So, in your exhibition, we'll see various photographs you have captured of France of 1970s. So, you must be having a favorite photograph of yours. So, could you please tell us a story behind the photograph?
See, if you have seen the exhibition, there is a story written
Under each photograph.
under each photograph, and that might give you some sense
So,
of
do you have
how do I felt about that thing.
So, do you have any favorite photograph of yours?
Actually, whatever I click, if it is really favorite, then only I click. I do not click like the way you people are doing now. Click, 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 click. हाँ चाहिए अच्छा तो हाँ ठीक कोई बात नहीं तो अभी आप लोग जो ये मोबाइल कैमरा से कैसे करते हैं क्लिक क्लिक यहाँ और कितना 1000 फोटो एक लड़का को मैंने पूछा कि भाई क्या क्या आपका हॉबी है तो वह फोटोग्राफी मैं वेरी गुड हाउ मेनी पिक्चर्स यू टेक आई सेड ही सेड अबाउट 1000 पिक्चर्स अ डे मैंने सोचा कि I cannot afford to do like that. 1000 pictures तो mind में तो आना चाहिए ना. And one thing I tell you all that when you see the picture, it goes in your mind, and then it comes to your finger. If it straight line, then only it clicks. मोबाइल में तो क्या है कि आप देखे बिना भी किट करते हैं ऐसा नहीं चलना चाहिए द सीरियस फोटोग्राफर शुड रियली ट्राई टू बी सीरियस अबाउट हिज सब्जेक्ट
राइट
हाँ
यस सर
नेक्स्ट
सो look for the positive in every city. That's when you'll find.
बोलो मैं पकड़
Look for the positive in every city. That's when you'll find the resilient spirits of people. So this is one of your statements, sir.
Yeah.
So, would you like to elaborate a bit more on this?
As a photographer, if at all I click something, that means I have liked something in that particular frame. Otherwise, I won't shoot, isn't it? So, when I'm traveling so much, I'm sure in a day 10-15 pictures, so I can easily shoot, which are really presentable.
This is the positivity.
So like that, I have collected thousands of pictures, and my approach is like this: unless you really feel that I would like to take picture, I won't take it. Even if I have a mobile camera, I won't shoot just like that. Right?
Yes, sir. Right.
Good.
So, you've accompanied Mr. Henry Cartier-Bresson, a world-renowned photojournalist.
Even in Jaipur, he is very famous. Even in Jaipur, he is very famous.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Henry Cartier-Bresson was really Maharaja's good friend, and whenever he comes to India, he will go to him. And he had quite a few very interesting pictures of Jaipur.
So, how was your experience working with him?
Well, like a pupil. Whatever he used to do, I used to simply follow him, try to observe him, try to understand why he is taking such pictures. I was never looking through his camera. I was looking through my camera only. My camera means my eyes. And I try to understand that why he has taken this particular group of people or this particular person. So these are the observation which perhaps one can learn from such a big people.
Yeah. So
They will not hold my camera and say, now click, 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 click. Not like that. So one has to really observe. And that observation, if you are a photographer, you can have this observation. And with that experience, you will select your subjects, which has got something different than usual people.
So like just a student-teacher relationship type you had.
Yes, he liked me somehow because I was obedient. And fortunately, he took me to Paris in 69, 70s. So the picture which you have seen in that, you already seen, everybody?
I've seen the poster.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them I've seen.
So those
Not
pictures.
all the students have seen, but we do.
But here the pictures are different, huh? So.
But you can see it tomorrow if you come.
In exhibition you can see more. So fortunately he took me there and gave me real interesting training. Training not in the sense that ye karke lao, ye karke lao, ye karke lao, not like that. But whatever I have done on Saturday, Sundays, I used to show it to him. And then he said that, well, this is good, this is good, this is not good, this is good, this is not good, something like that. And when he said good, I will try to concentrate more on that kind of subject or that kind of compositions than others. So this was my training there. But then at the same time, he put me in one of the best laboratory, photographic laboratory, which is called Magnum in Paris. So he put me there, and I had to work with other photographers.
Amazing experience you had, sir.
Huh?
You had an amazing experience.
I think so. I think I'm the most luckiest photographer living. I'm not exaggerating, but to have a 20 times around India is not a simple joke. At the same time, I should also tell you that I have not spent a single rupee from my pocket. These are all by client. Client can call you once or twice or thrice or maybe 5 times, but 20 times, of course, different clients, but एक दूसरे को बोल के बोलेंगे कि भैया ये लड़का अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है. So like that I got 20 times and not a single rupee I spent. On the contrary, in the bank, it was accumulated. But that is my achievement, I should say. And I feel that you people also try to work so much that people will certainly call you. Maybe your client or maybe newspaper or periodical or whatever, they should really try to see that you are the best possible photographer they need.
So during 1970s,
Yeah.
when France was also seeing a lot of protests,
Right.
and at the same time, French fashion was embraced everywhere in the world.
Right.
So do you think fashion has the power to influence the world?
Why not? Even here also, fortunately you have got dress code. Otherwise, everybody has his own fashion. And fashion does not mean that the particular style or something like that, But fashion means something different than usual other people. Even at NID also, what we are taught was like this only. देखना सीखो, अच्छी तरह से दूसरी तरफ से देखना सीखो. If you see the same thing differently, I'm sure you will gain a lot.
Right.
Your creativity will certainly develop if you look at the things differently, whether it is a fashion or an object or a film, photography, whatever subject you have selected. Think differently. Think differently.
So, sir, do you think that pictures that are black and white, they are more meaningful, or does the present generation enjoy the advantage of color?
I differ to that. In the sense, color has added advantage to photography, but all the photographers do not take it. So they make a statement that black and white is good, color is good, this is good, that is good, and like that. But to me, color has an added advantage to your picture. Now, why I have done black and white photography in this exhibition? It's very interesting story. I got a Ford Foundation scholarship, and I went there with that scholarship. But that scholarship was limited money-wise. So, if I am a photographer, I have to shoot. If I shoot, I cannot shoot the costliest possible available film. I should try to have a black and white, cheaper film by which I can express myself.
So
Isn't it? So limited money-wise. So I had selected black and white is the only way I should do. And for even black and white also, quite a few days I remained hungry to save money for the films. You follow?
Yes.
Okay.
it's really inspiring to know that, sir.
It is. I mean, if I talk to you for a day or two, I'm sure you all become photographer. I'm sure of it. But then your interests are different. Anyway, but your interest should have a different way of looking at it, different way of seeing it. I'm sure you will be very successful. All of course.
So, what according to you are the characteristics of a perfect photograph?
It is difficult. The character which you see, you might like the way she has dressed, the way she has combed her hair, or the way she has shoes, even the way she has a look. So it is very difficult to you cannot generally say that, well, because I like this or I like that. Many people have got different thing in them which perhaps photographers should try to bring out.
Right, sir. So, according to you, what completes a photographer? The equipments or the perspective?
It is very interesting question as such. As such, photography is a technical art. And I'm sure you know a French, Greek word photographics. Photo means light and graphy means writing. Writing with light is called photography. And for that writing, whether you need a pen to write, you need ink to write, you need paper to write, on which you can write. So like that, photography has also got a technical art. So you need some kind of technical equipment by which you can see the picture the way you want to see. That is why camera has been invented, and that is also first photographs in the world is also from France. The photographer's name is Niepce, Nilofer Niepce, and he was the first photographer of the world. So I am again more happy than than before that I have studied in France. She should be happy. I'm creating more clients for you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you've been in this field since more than 40 years.
56 years.
56 years. So, how do you think that photography has evolved all over these years?
Every time the scientist or technician has really given us a new equipment to photograph, and every time it was easiest way. Like Cartier-Bresson, he used to carry only a small 35mm Leica camera in his hand and walk as if nobody can say that he's a photographer. But as soon as he sees the subject, he will take out the camera, click and put it back. So if at that time, if we had a very bulky camera like those olden time ऐसे खबे पर ले जाके करते थे ना, लैंडस्केप करते थे, हाँ, और बड़ा करके बाद में देखते हैं हाँ ये अच्छा है, ओ सेट करते थे. बाद में even the plate they used to make by themselves on the field, and then they expose. That exposure was something like 2 hours, 3 hours. Till that time it was exposed, and then he used to process there only. That sort of equipment he had. Now we have something like this, which you do not need anything. Earlier I used to travel with 15, 20 kilos. When I climbed Himalaya, it was also 20 kilos on my shoulder, which was very difficult to put up one leg when we went to Darjeeling, Tiger Hill, sunrise. Because sunrise Hindustan में खाली वहाँ ही होता है. That was told to us, and we wanted to experience that. So we went there. But with those kilos, it was very difficult to climb up. But people, the technician have really saw people like us, and they found out a digital camera. Last maybe 3 to 4 tour, India tour, we did only with one camera, just one camera, that's all, like this, and that to Nikon. So people also think about us, the technician also think about us, that how best these people can do the work. So technique is really helpful, and it has helped people by and large. But every new invention, it has got good and bad points. With this kind of camera, you take many pictures at a time, and not the selected one, the way I used to do in early days. Now also, I am so much habituated that I cannot take more than a couple of pictures if it is required. But with your mobile, I am sure 10-15 pictures at a shot is no problem at all. Right? So these are the few things which perhaps technicians have really helped us, and they have really tried to look at us, at how hard this fellow is working unnecessarily. Let us make it easier, and that Nikon has found that.
I totally agree, sir. The technology has actually made it very easy for us to do all the things in every aspect.
That's it.
I totally agree with you. So this would be my last question to you.
It cannot be last question anytime.
So, what message would you like to give to the young photographers?
Keep your eyes, mind and ear open. Isn't it so simple? Do you think you will do it?
Definitely, sir.
Try to do that, and I'm sure you will be successful in your life. Keeping eyes open means you should start seeing things differently. Huh? Ear open means you should know that when the danger is there, so you don't fall down and lose your life. And mind, which is always good to have a sparkling mind, always thinking something new, and you will get lots of good ideas.
So thank you so much, sir. It was
Welcome. I'm happy that you all have listened to all her questions. And ultimately my answers. But very nice questions you have created, and I'm happy that a lot of things of my experience has covered. Though in 56 years I have hundreds of stories, but I cannot tell you everything, because unless you provoke me, I cannot think. Okay, 85 में 75 में क्या हुआ था, वो I cannot think that way. But if you create that, I can tell you those things.
Right.
But as a photographer, खाना पीना थोड़ा restriction रखना, और आँख हमेशा खुला रखना, हाँ? और माइंड तो होना ही चाहिए. And don't click many, even if with your digital telephone, huh? And I'm sure things are not that difficult. You have to have little control on yourself. वो selfie नहीं करना चाहिए, huh?
Yes.
There are so many stories that selfie लेते चले गए सब, खड्डे में गिर गए, पानी में गिर गए, दरिया में गिर गए, कहीं न कहीं. So many stories you can. So at that time the mind is not open, है ना? तो सब चीज़ों का अच्छी तरह से ख्याल रखना चाहिए. And as you are a student, growing student, I'm sure you people got a special privilege to have some such exhibition and stories. ठीक है? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.